My father's been ignoring my messages for months, has torn down my art multiple times, has grabbed my phone while I was recording multiple times. Well, I guess he did it successfully once and has tried multiple times. He has a business that started off as a software as a service company, and he's been ignoring my development for a decade. There really aren't things that my father does that demonstrate he cares about me as a person, which brings me down and is often hard to talk about. Because he's been ignoring my messages and doesn't send messages directly to me, I don't know when he's going to be here, which means it's very difficult for me to plan conversations. Honestly, it makes it difficult to plan communication in the ways that I have seen helpful, that I've seen lead to sustainable, consistent income. I've been trying to leave for a while, and when the opportunities get interrupted, I just feel defeated often. I feel depleted, and the response has been so severe sometimes. Like one time I was just trying to finish making a video and he called the sheriff because he wanted me to stop making sounds. He called the sheriff after I had already agreed to stop making noise, but he couldn't control, like I wasn't cooperating with the thing that he wanted me to do. Still not sure what he wanted me to do because I had already stopped. But he called the sheriff and they came and told me to be quiet. Like he told me to be quiet. The video that I was making was trying to communicate with my community to get a bill paid, which I wasn't able to. It's been so demoralizing and distracting. I want it to change. I want to be in a different place. And also, a lot of systems are changing, and my background being in education has given me a particular lens to view modern times. If we don't hire junior engineers and train them, there won't be senior engineers in the future. Developers can try to progress through the ranks, and if they burn out, then they stop developing those skills. And we need more people who have the kinds of skills to navigate interfaces, logic, context in a human way, in a modern form. I don't want to focus on how disheartening this has been, but it has been difficult to build towards a career, towards adult relationships, towards stability, towards peace. I'm describing this today while my family is celebrating Easter because this is one of the few times that I know I can make videos and try to communicate clearly with an audience who, well, usually I can't describe why it's been difficult for me to be visible in other ways. I've done so much work online in places that resurface. Like every year on TikTok, I can repost videos from the day, which means there is brand recognition, and I have been maintaining community in a few different channels. I want to tell the story of how I would ideally build Lore.land, and it's been difficult in this environment because my work has literally been, well, uprooted is the one that I want to say, the word that I want to say. It has been taken up. It has been removed from where I was building, and it's, yeah, it's been frustrating. As I develop Lore.land, I want to focus on tangible interface design and consider how I can research the language I've been developing. I want to know whether the constructs I've developed are actually useful for understanding, and if so, to which degree, which learners benefit the most from the language I've developed, what kinds of extensions or plugins or interfaces should I consider? 10 years ago, I recommended my father use a framework for his website to make it easier to maintain logic, business logic. It's often felt like I've recommended to build a printing press, seeing someone handwrite every single page. Stress about finances fall on other people in the family while my father watches TV. And this has changed my relationship with TV as a concept. And I'm very curious about encouraging other structures that make meaning easier to share. And this is towards my core ecosystem value of intergenerational media literacy development. How can we encourage multiple generations to communicate and share meaning? In my own relationship with my father, there's a lot that I could say about Christianity, the relationship to ethnic development, cultural development, and then there are just a whole bunch of social dynamics that I can point to as the reasons why it's difficult for us to build the kind of relationship I idealized. I'm trying to go somewhere instead of running away from this environment. And also, this environment has been abusive. I will continue development, and it's often difficult for me to describe specifically what I'm working on.